it's so weird because I keep looking at my clock and I'm so used to thinking either
Yeah, well, if he's going to wash dishes, there's going to be water.
Okay.
I was sent to group headquarters in Kungming from my squadron to hear the group commander say that the next time your squadron is ordered to send some people out on a mission down into Burma, you're to do it because the people over in Assam are going down into Burma. And I said, well, but they only have to go over about 3,500-foot mountains, and we have to go over at least 10,000-foot mountains. And the monsoon rains are a lot worse on our side than they are on their side. And he said, you want to hear about that? He said, now, so the next time that happens, you go. And I was a squadron operations officer. So there, too, later, sure enough, we get the order to go. And I picked out 3 other people and thought I'd lead the flight. On the way down there, one of my wingmen said he was having engine trouble, but he didn't know where he was. We were over undercast. And I said, well, I'll land in Paushan. I'll lead us into Paushan. We'll land and refuel. He stayed on the ground. He was going to go back to Yunnan, and the 3 of us took off, and we screwed back up through the weather and down into Burma. Like I started to say, fool around and look for trucks or troops or whatever. That's what our mission was. So when we were ready to start home, I climbed back up through the undercast again and the low clouds and looked toward home where I knew what heading I should take to get back to Yunnan. And one of the biggest thunderstorms I'd ever seen in my life was between us. And I thought, well, you go around a thunderstorm, you go around one way or the other. And I thought, well, I'll go around to the right. A couple times I squared off and thought I'd fly through it. And the 2 wingmen, the other 2 people, were very loyal, and they stayed right with me without complaining on the radio. And I got through that undercast, and I got back up and started going around this thunderstorm. As I went around it, I tried to keep track of where I was. I couldn't see the ground. And I became convinced that I was back in China in friendly territory, but I wasn't positive about that. Finally, I got around it. And it was getting dark, and we were getting low on fuel. And I thought, well, I guess I better look for a place for us to bail out, because if we landed in a little valley, we could get together. And I still had no idea where I was. And I was looking for a valley. And I didn't tell these other 2 fellows anything. I could not get any kind of help on the radio. No navigational aids had worked. I couldn't talk to anybody outside of the other 2 people in the flight. And I looked down, and there was a formation just west of Kungming. The ground had a lot of iron oxide in it, and it was red, real red. And I spotted that ground, and I thought, I know where I am. And I took up a heading for Kungming, and I got pretty close to Kungming, and there's a lake just west of Kungming. And I looked at my fuel, and I wondered about these 2 fellows on my wings. They still seemed to be all right. Nobody was complaining. And I took up a heading for Kungming. Now I have a choice to make. I'm either going to, if I go around that lake, if anybody bails out and goes in that lake, we didn't have any flotation equipment. If anybody went in that lake, you're going to drown. If if I went around the lake, I was pretty sure somebody's going to run out of fuel before we got to the airport. And I thought, oh, the hell with it. And I flew straight across the lake, sweating it out all the way. Got over to the airport and didn't make a fancy approach at all. And we all three got on the ground. And after we got on the ground, a staff car came roaring down a taxiway. And I knew it was a group commander because there were only 2 staff cars in China, General Chenault's and our group commander. And we got the planes back and parked them, and he treated us like long lost brothers. I expected to really catch what for before getting lost. But he treated us like long lost brothers, and I couldn't figure that out. He took us up to the housing area for the 26th Squadron, which is stationed in Kungming. And he took us over to his quarters and he gave us a drink. And liquor was very hard to come by. And I thought, this is most peculiar. But he made arrangements for places to sleep at night. He said, you don't have to go home tonight. So, I don't know, I rested maybe 30 or 45 minutes, and we were all three in different places, and I started to go to mess hall. And I asked one of the people in the 26th, I told him what had happened, and I said, I don't understand this. I really don't understand this. He said, don't you know what happened? I said, no, what happened? He said, the man you left in Pashan killed himself trying to go home. And the other 2 squadrons each sent out flights of 4. And you're the only 3 that came back. And I've often thought about that. I didn't hear any more nonsense out of Colonel Hughes about going stewing around in the weather. But that's just one of many experiences I had when I was lucky, I guess.
I wanted wings till I got the goddamn things. Now I don't want them anymore. They taught me how to fly, then they sent me off to die. Well, I've had a belly full of war. You can save those bloody zeros for the other goddamn heroes. Distinguished flying crosses do not compensate for losses, a buster. I wanted wings till I got the goddamn things. Now I don't want them anymore. Yes, I'll take the dames and let the rest go down in flames. I have no desire to be burned. Air combat spells romance till they shoot holes in my pants. I'm not a fighter, I have learned. You can save the Mitsubishis for the other sons of witches. I'd rather make a woman than be shot down in a grumman, a buster. I wanted wings till I got the goddamn things. Now I don't want them anymore.